Hi, how's everyone doing today? This is Dr. Everything. I'm here today to talk a little bit about something that's very personal to me. Um, Something called sleep paralysis. I've been an experiencer of sleep paralysis probably about the last 12 years of my life. I'm 23 now. Sleep paralysis is basically when your body is attempting to wake up, but you're still stuck in REM sleep. So you can kind of see what's going on around you, but at the same time you can't move. It's been called old hag syndrome. Back in the medieval times, back throughout human history, because some people that experience this, they see an older looking lady come and they sit on their chest, so they can't move, and it feels like she's trying to suffocate them. Um, I've never experienced the old lady, but I do want to talk to, because it can be very frightening. The first time I remember it happened to me, my mom was waking me up for school, and I could hear her, yelling for me to get up, kind of out a little bit outside my room, but I couldn't move, and I could just, it was crazy. When it first happened to me, I had no idea. I had no idea what was going on, and eventually it kept happening to me here and there. I would wake up and I couldn't move. So eventually, I went online. I believe, at that time I had to go online at school because we didn't have online at home. Maybe we did. I don't really remember. I went online and I started typing in the symptoms, and sleep paralysis came up, and it made sense to me. But I think sleep paralysis, it's it's an explanation for a lot of things. Anything from alien abduction to ghosts to anything, because it does feel like there is a presence in the room with you when this is occurring. Um, but once you like kind of understand what's going on, it's not really that scary. And sometimes, the way you get out of it is you kind of like force yourself to get up. You know what I mean? You try really hard in your mind to wake up, and it works. Sometimes I've been stuck in it longer than others. Sometimes I've actually allowed myself to be stuck in it. Um, if you know what's going on, then you kind of can just, it's not that scary, and you just stay in it, and it's not like you're fear for your life anymore, because you realize, well, I'm just in a sleep paralysis state. I mean, I know exactly what's going on, and at this point in my life, whenever it happens to me, I'm not scared at all. So I do tend to stay in it and kind of look around and see what's going on. I have had some weirder experiences with sleep paralysis. One time, I could say that this happened to me twice, not just once. One time was definitely more intense than the other. It felt like I was being shocked, and then the way I kind of look at it, or the way I kind of would describe it, is if you were, in Star Wars, when the Emperor is shocking Luke with his, whatever, his lightning hands or whatever the hell he has. That's the way I would kind of describe it. I mean, I was being shocked, and I could kind of hear like a demented laughing in the background. And that's where I think this whole idea of these whole alien abduction stories happen, because some people can stay in this for hours at a time, and this was going on for probably a matter of 10 to 15 seconds, but it was very frightening. And but when I woke up, it was kind of like, wow, that really wasn't that big of a deal. But when it was happening, it was a little bit frightening. Sleep paralysis definitely, I think, happens. It always happens to me when I fall asleep on the couch watching TV or something like that, and I can actually see sometimes the TV, but I can't move. So that's definitely a big thing. Another thing is I do sleep on my back, so it occurs a lot in people that sleep on their back. So I never sleep on my side. I can't even fall asleep on my side, so I sleep on my back constantly. And it happens then, even though it has happened when I'm face down, which that's very scary, because it kind of feels like you can't breathe. But that's only happened a couple times, a handful of times. But it has. I have experienced sleep paralysis hundreds of times. Like I said, I wouldn't say it's thousands yet, but it's kind of getting close to that point. Another time it does happen is when I'm really tired, and this happened once this past summer, where I kept kind of falling asleep, but then I would wake up again and I couldn't move, and it happened 7 or 8 times. And I mean, it's a very scary thing where your mind doesn't really know if it's going into REM sleep or if it's trying to stay awake. I guess that's how I explain it. I mean, I haven't really looked up scientifically what's going on. I'm just here to explain my experiences, and if anyone has any questions or needs any help or anything like that, I just want them to know that it's okay. And they can contact me and everything like that if they have any questions. But I do think it explains a lot of the supernatural stuff that supposedly happens to people. Because let me tell you something, if it happens only once to you in your lifetime and it's the first and only time, you would think that that's some crazy stuff. Even if you didn't research it, you would think that it's crazy. Um, Now I have looked up some stuff on the internet, and there's a guy. He's written some books as far as like not transcendental meditation, but out of body experiences, and how he was a sleep paralysis sufferer, and he thought that he could actually leave his body. It was actually his. I don't know what you call it. We'll call it a spirit. It's definitely called something else, but we'll call it a spirit. That it's when you fall asleep, your spirit kind of leaves itself, and it floats in the air and goes to other places, and that people that experience sleep paralysis are kind of stuck between that point where that body comes back into the physical body again. And I've never experienced anything where I've actually left my body or been able to look at myself, even though I have had some dreams where I've been floating around my house, which I thought were kind of weird. And also a lot of times it'll always happen to me whenever I try to have what are those called? Dreams where you know that you're dreaming. Before you go to sleep, if you want to be able to be able to do whatever you want because it's a dream. Basically, what you do is you just say, "I'm dreaming, I'm dreaming, I'm dreaming," and you slowly fall asleep, couch sheep, as you're doing it. And when you wake up, and when you are in your dream, you know that it's a dream, and I tend to always fly in those type of dreams because the dream is only to the limit of your own mind. You can kind of do whatever you want. I flew around one time and I was just shooting everyone on the street, which some people might think that's kind of weird, but it's just a dream. I was probably playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto back then. But yeah, if you have any questions on sleep paralysis, just let me know. Thanks. Have a good day.